So one of the most difficult things about using SketchUp is to get your blimp looking very professional. You're going to need to actually put some writing on the side of it. Now in SketchUp that's a little bit more difficult than it is in a 2D program, because obviously you're actually trying to put your writing on a curved surface. And therefore we have to take a slightly different approach. We actually have to project the wording onto the side of the blimp, and the way that's done is quite simply create the wording that you wish to project onto the blimp as a picture. Now in this case I've typed out what I require in Microsoft Word. I've made sure that the spellings are correct. I've made sure that I've got the details that I want. In this case it's Crawdale's Food Festival. Yours will be Crawdale's Burger Festival, or whatever the theme of your particular festival is. The SPP tells us it's going to be on Main Street, so we already know that. We know that it's going to be over a weekend, so obviously we'll be expecting 2 dates there. The timing of course is also down to yourselves, and depending on the theme of your festival it will probably dictate how early or late you decide to stop on each day. So once you've got the details that you require, make sure you've probably put it under bold so that it's nice and wide. Make sure you've got the sizing that you require, and then to create it as a picture, all we're going to do is we're going to use the snipping tool. So use the snipping tool and cut around it. Now the only thing to note here is that you will need to leave at least 1 centimetre either side of your writing. Now it's important that you do this because once you take it into SketchUp, it actually will tile this picture once you import it. Okay, so you'll have it repeating within the space that you are dealing with. So I'm just going to right click now and paste that back onto the Word document. As you can see there, that's done. If I select it, you can see that it selects the whole area, including the centimetre either side. I'm going to right click that, save it as a picture. I'm actually going to overwrite one that I've done before, but yours will be fresh, and obviously I'm just going to give it a name that I will be able to pick up from within SketchUp, that I will remember. So I'll call mine Blimp Word. Click the save button there, you replace it, as I said, yes, no problem. And that's all we need to do now in Word. So once in SketchUp, make sure you've got your blimp brought forward so that you're ready to import your picture. First thing we need to do is turn on the hidden geometry. That will allow you to select the area that you would like your projected image to go on. In my case I'm just going to take this mid area. Remembering to use the control button to put the little cross by your cursor, which allows you then to select more than one cell at a time. Here we go. In my case that's the area I want to use. Once you've done that, it's time to actually bring in the image. So you go to File and then click Import. Go to the folder in which you stored your image. Make sure this radio button here, use as a texture, is actually clicked, so you bring it in as a texture. That's important. Click Open, and instantly it puts the image on your cursor. So I'm now going to use the green button to select where I want to start my image, and then I'm going to draw it out and put the end point where I want it. There we go, on the junction of those two lines. And as you see, it only now is got one of the cells selected, but you've got your whole image in there. And what you do is you then right click on that cell, go to texture, and let the program know you want to actually project it. So select it as a projected image. Once you've done that, it will allow you to take when you select the paint bucket, it will allow you to take the pipette and suck up that image that you've pulled in. And there you go, you can see there it says that I've got all those words, Blimp Word 3, which is the file name that I had chosen, and therefore now I can select the rest of the cells that I had previously selected, and I can bring in my words. Of course, if you did happen to go outside of that area that you first selected, as you can see, the tiling effect comes in, and that's what I was talking about. So you need to just bear that in mind. Obviously it's not too big an issue, because you could always just suck up the original colour and overwrite it again, but obviously we want to keep it within the confines of the cells that we've selected. But that's basically all you need to do. Then just click to take that off, and you can then take off the hidden geometry, and you have a pretty good blimp with some wording on the side. I'm obviously going to have to turn the hidden geometry back on there for a second, because I appear somehow to have selected a line which I don't want selected, and take that off by selecting elsewhere. There we go. So hidden geometry off, and there we go, one blimp with some writing on the side. Okay, that's all there is to be done in that regard. And obviously you can do that with just writing. You could put in a picture, as long as it's saved as a picture and you do the projection process, you should be able to get that onto the side of your blimp. Good luck.